Taking it off from my colleague, I want the world to know that MaziNnamdiKanu is not facing any prosecution. MaziNnamdiKanu is facing persecution. Persecution in the sense that since the history of law in Nigeria, it's well established that MaziNnamdiKanu is the only defendant in the history of law in Nigeria that does not have adequate time and facility as provided by Section 36 of the Constitution, which gave an accused person a right to have adequate time and facility to defend himself. What do I mean? You recall that some time ago, as his lawyer, when I went to have a discussion with him at the DSSS, my right was violated, I was intimidated, I was stripped to half naked there in DSSS. I rushed back to the Federal High Court and lay my complaint through originating processes. And after looking at all that happened, the court said yes, MaziNnamdikanu's rights was violated, granted all my reliefs, and directed the DSSS to apologize to us and stop intimidating us and to pay me 5 million naira. That particular judgment was not appealed against. That particular judgment is still subsisting and valid. Now, we took the same application to the same Federal High Court, stating the reasons why MaziNnamdikanu should be taken away from DSSS. DSSS is a prosecution. You don't need to have a law degree for you to know that you can never be a judge in your own case. The principle of nemo judice as well. You can never be a judge in your own case. Anytime we went to DSSS to have a discussion with our client MaziNnamdikanu, the DSSS will set up gadgets, send the officials to come and monitor what we are saying. Right from the gate, they will search us. Whatever documents that the confidential documents that I'm going with to discuss with my client, they will collect it, take it to the legal department. The legal department will read it, photocopy it before they will hand it over to us. Whatever minutes I collected from MaziNnamdikanu, as I'm coming out, they will collect it from me and snap it. So, in other words, there is no defense, and we have pleaded time without number that please, if you don't want to release him on bail, send him to Kuje Correctional Center. These are the people that we are trained on how to keep a suspect that is facing trial, and we call them awaiting trial suspects. If you go there, they apply professionalism. They will give you all the necessary materials, provide a secluded place for you to have a discussion with your client. Even those that have been accused of treasonable felony, those that are accused of terrorism, they never treated them like this. Not to talk about a freedom fighter, somebody that is fighting a just cause. Now we approach the same Federal High Court. The same Federal High Court refused to hear our application. I am talking about Honorable Justice MaziNnamdiKanu. Several applications has been made. In fact, one of them, he said that I'm not going to hear what happened in the other court. He said it. Now, on the last adjourned date, we are crying. Look at our predicaments. Somebody that is going to face the trial, we are about to commence trial in line with the Supreme Court judgment. Can you direct these people? Can you direct that MaziNnamdikanu should be transferred to Kuje prison? He refused. She refused. She refused only to tell us that there is no security in Kuje prison, quoting the judge. You pressmen were there on that day. Now, you are now telling us that if MaziNnamdikanu is convicted for whatever charge you have, is he going to serve the prison term at DSSS? The answer is no. Now, what it means is that they kept MaziNnamdikanu there so that MaziNnamdikanu will not have a very fortified defense. This thing you must let the world know, because I saw one person, though I don't want to call him a journalist, because I know those who are journalists. He wrote in social media that MaziNnamdikanu don't want to face trial. These are our challenges. That one is on that. Remember that the Supreme Court also said after admonishing the judge, I don't want to use the word after insulting the judge. I don't want to use it. I prefer to use the word after admonishing the judge. Say that the judge ought not have revoked his bail. And in the first instance, in other words, impliedly, Supreme Court has reinstated that bail and asked the court to make the pronouncement. But that is where I have an issue, because you don't destroy our jurisprudence because of MaziNnamdiKanu. Without MaziNnamdiKanu, there must be Nigeria. With or without MaziNnamdiKanu. So you don't, whatever thing that you are stating today is going to be a precedent. Now the question there is that what stops Supreme Court judges from exercising their power under Section 6 that gives them unlimited power to reinstate that bail? They referred us to Federal High Court. Now we went to Federal High Court as a sole procedure to apply for the bail. The bail was rejected. Now we have now made fresh application asking the court to comply with the Supreme Court. Remember that time when I addressed you people, I told you that what happened in that court that day is an act of Federal High Court setting aside the judgment of the Supreme Court. You don't do it in our own judicial jurisprudence. Now, we have applied. We brought 2 applications now. Either you reinstate that his bail, take him to Kuje prison, or send him to a private house for house arrest. You can take him to Abia State Government House. You can take him to Abia State Liaison Office. You can take him to Imo State Government House. You can take him to Imo State Liaison Office. If you feel that it is even comfortable for you, Madam George, please, then you can send him to your house so that you will be sure what we are talking about. Personally, and I have said it, and I have told MaziNnamdiKanu, for the fact that you will be here, I have not prepared you for this trial. I, Maxwell Opera, will not come to defend you, because I don't defend people because I want to defend people. I defend people so as to get your own side of the story and advise you accordingly in line with the rules of my profession. I have not heard from MaziNnamdiKanu. I have not advised him, and I want him to go and defend the first trial. First trial for what? So you people should. So what if the judge failed to reinstate his bail, send him to Kuje Correctional Center, send him to a private house for house arrest, then we are pulling out. You people should have it. We are not going to, so that not when we pull out on that day, you say that we abandon MaziNnamdiKanu in court. No. Because the question my colleagues, everybody will ask me, when you are having these challenges, why do you still go ahead? It's just like where you are traveling and they told you that the armed robbers are on the road, kidnappers are on the road. Instead of you to withdraw and probably suspend that travel, you continued. And when you died, everybody will blame you. That one is on that. Now, on the proscription of IPOB, I want to also use this medium to correct you media people, because we will begin to take legal action against you people when you call IPOB an outlawed or proscribed IPOB. IPOB's proscription is being challenged, and once it's been challenged, you dare not call IPOB a proscribed organization. I am also using the case of MaziNnamdiKanu and Federal Government of Nigeria, because when MaziNnamdiKanu was ordered for his release, nobody released him. Nobody released him. So federal government held on him until they filed their notice of appeal. So it's been challenged, and I also enjoy you people. We have been able to raise it in black and white for you people so that it will be easy for you. IPOB is an organization registered there in Germany, registered there in almost all the whole countries in Europe, in America, and Asia, with people that are responsible. I'm talking about professors, I'm talking about reverend fathers, reverend pastors, I'm talking about captain of industries that are members. And IPOB has its own aims and objective. It's in black and white. What they are looking for is there. IPOB paid their dues. IPOB, they have their meetings. Anytime they are going to have their meetings in all these countries, they normally apply, and federal government normally provides security for them, and they have their minutes. So some persons are using the name of IPOB to commit crime, to commit terrorism, does not mean that IPOB is a terrorist organization. What do I mean? I'm a member of Nigerian Bar Association. If I use the name of Nigerian Bar Association to go and commit act of terrorism, that does not make Nigerian Bar Association a terrorist organization. In fact, for your information, if the NBA president, Mekau, who is the NBA president, #1 lawyer in Nigeria, use the name of the organization to go and commit a terrorism organization, that does not make NBA a terrorist organization. What makes you a terrorist organization is their aims and objective. That you refuse to register IPOB in Nigeria because of their personal animosity is not a grant for you to look at an association that is registered in a country that is more responsible than this country, and you call it a terrorist organization. So you people have to be very careful, because those of them in diaspora that are members of IPOB, they may take you on that. Finally, when Outlaw, the immediate past president, came into power to destroy this country, of course everybody knew that Buhari never come to rule the country. He came to fight. And when Jonathan discovered that he came to fight, he left power for him, and he misused that power. He never obeyed God's orders. And we now take it from him that because of his mentality, because of his military background, now that we have a Democrat, I'm talking about President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, who is a Democrat. I worked with him as a student during NADECO, when my uncle, Professor Edward Oproji, was there. And we worked together. So we felt that as a Democrat he's supposed to reveal all the atrocities that is being committed by President Muhammad Buhari. Then, now, instead of him going by his renewed hope agenda to reveal all this, and said, no, when you are calling an organization that is not a terrorist organization in your country, you are destroying the country. And that was one of the worst acts and the decisions taken by Buhari and the Attorney General of the Federation, Malami. The worst SAN I have ever seen in the whole world. Now, that you don't declare somebody, an organization in your own country, a terrorist organization, you are now impliedly telling people that you are a terrorist country, and the people should not come to invest. Nobody would like to come and invest in a terrorist country. If they ask you to go and invest in Afghanistan, you will not go. And they are simply because they want to clamp down IPOB. And the procedure for declaring an organization, terrorist organization, will be provided. You did not declare Miete Allah, herdsmen. You did not declare them terrorists. See now, IPOB that you know that never carried arms. IPOB that know that they are following everything procedurally. You now declared. So it is not late. People have been asking, what is the president doing? Mr. President, of course, I never believed in your administration based on your antecedent in Lagos as a governor. That's why I work against you. I voted against you. If opportunity for that resurface, I will still work against you. But now, you still have an opportunity to amend your ways. Look at all those decisions President Buhari took in respect of this